Damian Lillard out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Bryant in at the 5 spot. And for Boston, the guards are Pritchard and White. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Early on, Greg, the potential landscape of the NBA very much open-ended.
An early win streak could really boost the team's outlook, kind of define their direction. And so I expect to see them keep the intensity up. So we should be in for fun. And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And soon as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo, pass to Parker. Inside, Porzingis with the steal. Tatum against Antetokounmpo. Tatum down low. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Giannis. Here's Parker. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
And with the height to see over the defense, the eyes to spot the open man, Giannis continues to flourish as a facilitator.
Now, here's Brown. His last outing, he had 24 points. Out to White. Lots of room. And that's good for 2.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Lillard, the pass to Parker. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Mr. Clutch has got his second bucket of the game to go. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo, and another basket for Milwaukee.
With defenders having to worry about the drive, the pass, Antetokounmpo can usually find space from the mid-range.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. This one for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff. He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And the Bucks with possession here after Jaylen Brown's miss. Bryant. Porzingis with the rebound. Now for Boston, their last game, a loss to the Wizards. Here's Brown. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Look, Brown's a great athlete. I love to see him work inside.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. Talking about Damian Lillard. Coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said we know how dangerous he can be, and we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off, guys.
Thank you, David.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Parker. Buries it from three-point range. Mr. Clutch has got 7 points in the game.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Boston, timeout. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, when you're facing a team that's taking off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game back. They didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
So Boston ends up going with the new group. So it's the Bucks now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, and you know, coaches honestly wouldn't have as much to do if guys shot like that every night.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. We've got Thomas Bryant. Johnson is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Green, and it's Stevens in at the 4-man position. Here's Pritchard. After the made shot from Barker to the inside. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Ball stolen. Can't connect from short range.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And now look at Jason Tatum here. He's coming off an excellent season. Second in scoring, and he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage. Able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And seeing what he did last year, just blowing up the defensive schemes designed to keep him under control, man. As you said, second best scorer in the league. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Now here's White. He had 15 points last out, and the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, you see that? Capella sets the screen, then gets to a spot where his man can get him the ball for the score.
Here's Mr. Clutch. 29 points for him last game against Chicago. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
And so it's Milwaukee with it, following the 3-pointer by Boston. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. Celtics trail by 5. White the pass to Tatum. Tatum slipped by the contact inside.
From Derek White.
Yeah, there's that added strength of Tatum really helping him down low.
It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Over to the left wing. Capella kicks to Brown. Outside, White. The rebound by the Bucks. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against Chicago was sensational. He added 29 points, and he was dialed in, made most of his shots. It was a complete game for him in every sense of the word. We'll see what he has in store tonight. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good score. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys.
The Milwaukee Bucks, 13 points up at the end of the period. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll get right back.
The Celtics, 23. The Bucks, 36.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
Thomas
Moving it
Bryant.
around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Celtics trail by 17. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
White, good.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Antetokounmpo passes to Barton. The tray. Rebound, Boston. Down low and stolen by Lillard. Porzingis with the steal. That one good for 2. Porzingis has got his second basket of the night.
Superb concentration by Porzingis. Good at staying under control and pushing through the contact.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Brown outside. Off target from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Giannis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Antetokounmpo.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
The Celtics making a switch here. Capella's checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Jackson, he's checked in for Bryant. Celtics trail by 19. There's Brown with the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 7 rebounds in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And White kicks to Capella. Back to White. The pass to Tatum for the 3. Boston again missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Mr. Clutch. White covering. Count it. Good. Giannis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
The 11-footer up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Parker. Off target from three-point range. Boston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017, he's come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really
Boston,
quarter.
Timeout call, the Celtics. Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Mr. Clutch.
Substitution.
In a moment, we'll look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bucks.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition buckets.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Mr. Clutch out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Thomas Bryant. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Green in at the 3, the small forward.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Parker. Great D that time from Tatum. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 17. Here's Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Don't expect Porzingis to back off inside. He's ready for that physicality.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, a solid shooter from the line.
Lillard, the pass to Barkley. Over White. The offensive rebound. And the rejection by Tatum.
And there's Tatum's link showing up at the defensive end. What a play.
Celtics trail by 17. Here's Pritchard. Here's White. And the rejection by Bryant. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Russell Westbrook in for the Bucks.
Russell Westbrook.
Here's Brown. Tipped away. And it's the Bucks on the break. Puts it up. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And now 24 points for Mr. Clutch. Out.
Defense.
Bucks leading by 17. Giannis passes to Barkley. Fires from deep.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Lays it up and banks it in. Mr. Clutch has got 4 this quarter.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
The Bucks have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo passes to Barkley. Shoots over White. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. Celtics trail by 19.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident performance for the Bucks.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win
Assist
number
from
3.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Mr. Clutch.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
To the paint, here's Parker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 30 points for Mr. Clutch. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Tatum. From downtown, they get the rebound. Another shot. And there's the feed to White. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. There's Mr. Clutch. He gets it in there.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And so it's the Bucks
Thanks
taking
so
care
much
of
for your
business in this
support.
one.
The team
This crowd was
appreciates
stunned
it.
by the manner in which
Please
their team
travel
was
safely.
dismantled.
We'll
You
see
know
you
what?
next time.
I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin.